Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us, Shivendra Deshpande. He is currently pursuing his post graduation at IIT Hyderabad as a research assistant in the field of AI, working on some exciting projects and research under big tech giants. Shivendra isn't just a brilliant mind in AI, he's also a very dear friend and a senior from my college, someone I've always looked up to. In this episode, we'll dive deep into his journey through GATE, life at IIT, how to grow in this competitive field, his thoughts on AI, and much more. I am Prathamesh as today's podcast host, so sit back, tune in, and let's get started. Hello Shivendra, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good too. I think it's our first podcast for both of us, so let's help each other out. Okay, so our today's topic is based on GATE and IIT and doing post graduation and GATE, right? So I had conducted a meeting with a few of GATE aspirants and lined up their questions. So today's podcast will be based on those questions, starting from even the preparation to the admission and overall life in IIT. So I have already given the audience your introduction, so let's just get started with the questions right away. So my first question for you is a regular student, let's consider from a two-tier college or a first-year college. He has three options in front of them, right? Even after his graduate undergraduation. That is, first he could take a placement and kind of gain experience. Second is to go masters in some foreign country or USA, and third is to give the GATE examination and look for an IIT postgraduate. So, since you have done post graduation, I mean, you are pursuing it, why would you suggest it to be someone's first priority over the three?
Yeah, like for the three, like I can't say like someone should, yeah, someone must choose post graduation in IIT. It's like their own opinion, but yeah, doing there are some perks of doing post graduation from IIT or maybe doing PG abroad. There is like different kind of things you can come across while doing different things, but yeah, in my opinion, doing PG from IIT is beneficial because there are two to three aspects. Like while staying in India itself, you can get a chance to like uh, wider your spectrum and do research in good research institute and gaining some experience with industry experts. Like you can work with industry projects as well. Then that is cost effective as well. Like if you want to do masters from abroad, then you have to spend like minimum 50 to 60 lakhs, whereas
Yes,
you will be doing PG in IIT. You have While doing PG in IIT, you just have to spend, I guess, 6 to 7 lakhs max to max, that too. And you will be getting stipend from government of India as well, MHRD as well. So it is nullified, and you are getting some good experience in the research maybe, or maybe you are working on some really great projects. And yeah, but I would have definitely choose PG over doing a job for 2 years and 2 to 3 years and then coming back here, or maybe doing some other things, or maybe continuing with industry. Because you can see, my main, like everyone's main motive is to gain a lot of money. And
yes,
uh, this will be like these PGs will act as a catalyst, whether it's MTech or MBA or MS, whatever it is. But I think that it will work as a catalyst. So here, like after completing my masters from here, I'll get a good decent job. Like I hope I'll get good decent job,
yes,
even
I'm sure.
all other mates as well. Yeah,
Okay,
I hope
so
I answered questions.
this,
Uh,
yeah, so this is what I got from your answer. Like considering a 3 year or a 4 year plan, if I invest those 3 years in suppose a postgraduate, the skills and experience that I will gain will be much more than doing a job as a fresher, which will be mostly doing some menial works. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and yeah, and one more thing I would like to add that like after 2 years of experience, you will be getting promoted to, like if you are working in software field, then you will get promoted to software developer engineer 2 post. And even after doing masters, you will be getting that position only, and with good package, even you can get research and development position as well. So that's add on.
Okay, I think that answers the question. So let's move on to the next one. So tell us about yourself. How are things going on in IIT? And how are things moving from
Yeah,
a,
it's
let's say, our college to an IIT? What changes did you see?
yeah. Now, like I am in second semester, it is going good, but like I faced many difficulties when I came here for the first time. Like in my first semester, like it was very, what you can say, hectic or maybe tedious to cope up with all these BTech guys in IITs. Like they have cracked JEE Advanced and all, and like they are highly intellectual. So you have to compete with that them. Like here there is no like specific class specific subjects or anything. Here mostly you have to take one or two compulsory subjects, others are elective, so you will be doing that electives with maybe btechs, maybe phds, or maybe fellow mtechs. And not only from CSE, but you have to, like there are people from different branches who are taking those electives. And yeah, and that exam pattern is also totally different here. Everything is different, environment is totally different. So first you have to cope up with that. That was one of the tasks that I've like, one of the thing that I've faced. Yeah.
I guess it gives you a lot of mental stress as well, or some inferiority complex to some
You
point.
can't like mental stress, nothing like mental stress, but yeah, like it gives you some spirit to like work hard on yourself, to get something better, to be something better than your previous versions.
Okay. So I had a question I had to ask you personally, since we have known each other for a long time. In your last year, you had, I have seen you preparing for even the placements as a backup, I guess, and even for GATE examination. So do you think that if you had totally focused on GATE, would you have got a better score or gone to a better IIT? Not that IIT Hyderabad
Maybe
is bad.
like it's not in our hand. Like we have to give our best, but maybe I could have got a better play, like better score. But I'll say I'm really lucky to have like I'm doing MTech RA from IIT Hyderabad, like one of the best research institute, and currently I'm working on some really great projects. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And like it's not in our hand, like where what, like where we go, but yeah, you have to utilize that thing properly. And there might be the case, like if I would have not been in committees, or maybe I have not enjoyed, then that would be a lot of stress on my mind. And maybe because of that my score would have been like what you
Declined.
can say, decreased, or maybe like I would not be able to score this much as well. You never
Okay.
know.
Hmm. Uh, this is one of the questions from the GATE aspirants. Like what many students do is that they keep a specific rank or a specific mark in their goal as their goal and work toward it. Do you think that's a good approach here, or one should uh, take a different approach?
It depends actually, person to person. Like some people are goal oriented, so they can achieve that. But I have seen a lot of people stressing over score. Like this year also, few of my friends were preparing, and I was guiding some of my friends. So I have seen them doing this mistake. Like I have to score this much. if you keep boundary, then like in my opinion, if I think like I can do, like I have to do this, then I will be able to do this much only. So in
Okay.
my opinion, you should not keep any boundaries for your work. Maybe like whatever happens, go with the flow and give your best. That is my opinion.
So having a free-minded approach here is very important given the
Free
competition.
minded, but free minded with focused approach.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in this section, we will be talking about the whole admission process that after we get our rank and our marks, what all admission process and what all things we must consider. So this is the most commonly asked questions between the GATE aspirants, I guess. Many of my friends and students told me to ask you this. Like when one is I guess there are three options when going for a post-graduation. That is a research assistant RA. Second is the teaching assistant TA, and third is self-sponsored course, if I'm correct. So, what all factors are to need to be considered while selecting any of these three?
Okay, so I'll be very honest in while answering this question. Most of people choose MTech for better placements only. So they choose TA over RA, that is teaching assistant. Mostly teaching assistant course last for 2 years, and whereas RA can last for 2 to 3 hours. In some cases, I have seen it extended till 4 years because of some maybe research. They have not completed their research or something, but that is very rare case. But mostly RA is of 3 years. You can consider. So I have seen more people going towards TA in last few years, like from the start itself. But nowadays I have seen a lot of people going towards RA, as like you'll be getting exposure to do some research in very fascinating fields. Then you'll be working with some industry projects if you are in RA. Like there are different kinds of RAs as well, project RA and institute RA. Where in institute, like in IIT Bombay, I guess there is these two RAs available. Even in some institute they give MS as a course, that is similar to MTech RA only. That in that also you have to do research. Like in some institute I have seen for RAs or for MS, there is less, what you can say, coursework, and for TAs they have to do more coursework. But here in IIT Hyderabad, for both TAs and RAs, it is similar, and uh, coursework is similar. For RA, they have to complete in the span of 2 years, whereas TAs have to complete in the span of 1 year. Then you asked about self-sponsor as well. There
Yes.
are only few IITs or NITs, maybe like there are only few institutes who provide self-sponsor MTech. That is basically you have to pay a more fee than TAs or RAs. For here, like I can give the approximate number. So for MTech TA or MTech RA and TA, they have to give like almost 1,20,000 fees for 1 year, whereas self sponsor have to give almost 6 lakhs per year. And
Okay.
but the coursework is same as TAs. There won't be any discrimination between TAs, RAs, or SS while placement or while maybe in coursework. It will be similar, exact same for everyone. And yeah, I have seen this thing, like mostly I have seen people who did the some work in industry are doing self sponsor more. Like they don't have time to prepare for gate or any competitive exam. So and uh, they if they want like more packages and better roles, they came here and do self-sponsor MTech. And some people who are not able to score good in GATE, and they like, some people think that we should not waste 1 year. I have seen a lot of people doing like dropping for 1 year and doing GATE preparation again. But I have seen a lot of people here that they came directly here to self-sponsor MTech. If you are doing MTech, like even self-sponsor MTech from like renowned institutes like IIT Hyderabad or maybe IIT Kanpur also have self-sponsor from these kind of institutes, you will definitely get like better job.
Okay. So
Yeah,
this is a
and
question that,
one more thing
yeah, please
I
continue.
missed, that mostly MTech RAs get somewhat like 1 to 2,000 more stipend than MTech TAs. I have seen
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had this question personally, like even I had some doubts about it. Like personally, I am preparing for my MS in USA particularly. Like during the admission process, what the universities abroad see is that they will give 50% weightage to my marks and my GRE score and my any English proficiency test, and the other 50% is given to all my SOPs, LORs, and my resume basically, and my skills. So, is this the same case in IITs or is it different? Can you please tell us that?
Yeah, for MTech TAs, they don't require any SOP, LOR or anything. There will be direct admission for MTech TA, but for MTech RA, like they need SOPs. I have not seen LOR anywhere, but yeah, they need SOPs, and they also took they take interviews for MTech RAs. Like it depends on your interest, if whether you will be eligible, like you'll be able to do research or not. They basically want to check that. So they take interviews. Then SOPs are there. There are different kind of tests for MTech RA.
Okay, so this is one of the question that few of the aspirants asked. Like, do the older IITs still hold that much of what we can say significance over the new IITs? The reason for asking this question is that many of the IITs, let's consider your IIT itself. IIT Hyderabad is growing in a city which is turning into a IT hub, basically like Pune or Mumbai. So, in such cases, would an IIT Hyderabad be a better option over IIT Kanpur? I guess that's my question.
Okay, to answer this, like I'll say it depends upon your branch. If you are working, like if you are willing to work in IT industry or software, then definitely you should choose like IIT Hyderabad over. I have seen a lot of people here who left IIT Roorkee, IIT Guwahati, even IIT Kharagpur for IIT Hyderabad. Even you can see the cutoffs for gate, even not even gate, you can see for JE advanced as well. For CSE, people are choosing MTech, IIT Hyderabad. But if you are like from core branches, then top 7 IITs are like you should choose, like you should consider them, because that tag holds the value. But
Okay.
like if you are willing to work in software industry, or like maybe you can say electronics and these branches as well, electrical electronics as well, uh, in those cases I have seen people choosing IIT Hyderabad over IIT Roorkee, Guwahati and KGP. But yeah, I there is no like no one can, like no newer IIT can beat IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, and maybe you can say Kanpur as well.
Okay. So since you mentioned all these other courses as well related to electronics and electrical, I had this question. Like even in tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, like if you go for a course in computer science or IT, you have better scope for placement and future opportunities. Whereas in many of the colleges, let's not specify any, but in many of the colleges, the programs for mechanical or civil, those do not hold much of a significance. So my main question for you is that is every course in an IIT valuable?
Yes, for sure. Uh, it not in only for placement scenario, but you can consider knowledge that you gain for your domain is really good. And yeah, here there is no specification for placement. Like if you are from mechanical, then also you will be eligible to sit for all the companies, and also that won't be the issue for the placement. But I have seen the knowledge, I have talked with a lot of people here as well, in our college as well, while doing my btech. But I have seen the difference in knowledge is huge, really huge. And that is the case, I will consider over anything. If you have knowledge, then you can survive anywhere. That I think that. So
Okay. I'd like to move back to the previous question, previous statement that you told that RA and TA are much similar in course of in academically, right? If I'm
it
correct.
like academically, the coursework will be same. In IIT Hyderabad, it is exactly same. You have to do 8 courses for TA as well and RA as well. But in some other IITs, I have seen RAs have to do some less coursework, whereas TAs have to do more coursework.
Okay. So that's the more differentiating factor than anything, right? While considering
And
IIT.
RAs have to do research. They have to
Yes.
help some PhD students in doing their research, and they should also have to do research.
Hmm. Uh, I'd like to give your example here, like I've seen you in the last year. So, what happens is that when we get our score and when we need to give an interview for a RA course, it usually clashes with our examinations, the university examinations in most cases. So, is there any suggestions that you would give to the newer students or
Yeah,
any precautions that they could take?
yeah, it is not in our hand, if it is clashes with our exams, or maybe for some people I have seen, I have seen a 2 to 3 peoples I have come across that they are not able to give interviews because of some family emergency or whatever their personal reasons. But definitely they are doing great later on. So even I was not able to give some interviews because of my end semester exam. But I guess I am in better position now. I got IIT Hyderabad, and IIT Hyderabad's research is really good. So I am not regretting about anything. And I'll suggest this thing only, if you are not getting something that you wanted, but there is something good written for you in future. So don't think about the opportunities that has gone from your hand, but think about what you can do better and what you can achieve.
Okay, so my next question to you is really specific on one of the examples. Like if a student has a rank in around suppose 2000 and 3000, uh, he's mostly demotivated and will be uh, planning to appear for a re-exam for the next year. Do you think that is a good thing?
Even I have seen some people with rank 2000 or more, they are in IIT Madras as well, doing MS.
Okay,
There is one thing, for RAs or MS, all IITs have two options to take admission, that is winter admission and summer admission. So in summer admission there is a huge number of applicants they are applying. So there won't it is really hard to get good colleges on those ranks. But in winter admission, I have seen people till 4 to 5 thousand getting good colleges like IIT Hyderabad, and even in IIT Madras, I saw one guy from around 3,000 rank in winter admission. I have come across a lot of examples like that. And in if you consider summer admissions as well, then if you are having 2 to 3 thousand rank, then you will be definitely getting new IITs or maybe mid NITs, and you can get RAs in like institutes like uh, even in IIT Hyderabad you can have a chance if you are knowledgeable, and if you have really good profile, then definitely you can get.
Okay, so my last question for this admission section is that many students consider either the college first or the specific course first. So, what do you think should be given the priority, the course or the specific college or institute?
In my opinion, like if you are getting some courses, like there are a lot of interdisciplinary branches in IITs. So like I'll give one example. Like in IIT Hyderabad there is one branch called smart mobility. So it is like really good branch, and if you are getting chance to, like if you are getting that, then in those cases you should consider uh, colleges over branches. But let's suppose you are getting, like if there are two colleges whose cutoff is like slightly, you can say there is slight difference between them. In those cases, even if they are in the placement scenario as well, if there is a really less, what you can say, difference, then you should consider branch over college. But if you are getting like a really great college in some interdisciplinary branch where place, like if you are focusing on placement, or maybe if you are interested in research, then you should consider college over branch. But like college tag really matters. Like I have seen, like if you also have come across this, I think like there are some companies who came in like tier 3 colleges for really less packages, and those companies, and for the same roles, they are giving really great package here, like in IITs or maybe in NITs, even in triple ITs.
Okay, uh, we'll move on to the next section now.
Hmm.
In this section would be that uh, how did IIT Hyderabad change you in perspective of your dedication to your work or your priorities per se? How did it change you?
In like I'll say it changed me in every single manner it could have. Like academic wise, I have learned a lot of things, and like I have like I'll say I have learned a lot of things that I have never imagined. Like I have came across such things that I have never even thought of. Like this is also happening in world, and the kind of research or the kind of knowledge they are giving is like really, like I would have never imagined it in any tier 3 college, maybe even in tier 2 colleges, some of the tier 2 colleges. Basically here the courses are like uh, stick to like it, the courses are towards more towards industry, or maybe more towards real world, what is happening in the world or what is going on. Like uh, in the classroom I have learned a lot of things that I could have never learned in maybe any tier 2 tier 3 college, or even by myself as well. So academically I have learned a lot of things. Then like in staying with like different kind of people, when I say that I'm saying about cultures, like different cultures. Here here you are, you'll be staying with the people from all over India. So you got to know about them. Then I think you have seen on my social media as well. Like here, we celebrate every single festival, and there are like you not only here you will not only study, you'll enjoy as well. Like uh, every Saturday, Sunday there are events. Every Saturday, Sunday we are enjoying. Like it is not like that we are only like like even my perspective before coming here was like in IIT everyone must be doing like coding, everyone must be studying all the day. They are doing that, but they are enjoying to the next level as well. So that is one thing that I have changed. Like and I'll say I have become more focused towards my goal. Even in my life, like if I'm doing something, then I should do that thing with my with the full attention. So I have learning all these things, but yeah, I am learning these things from all my fellow mates and maybe some of the professors. So yeah, that is one thing I'll say. Like you can also tell, you can also answer this question. Like you have seen me previously and you are seeing me now, so
Yeah,
you can.
yes. We have got much more focused and much more what we can say dedicated towards your work, I'd say. That's the difference that I saw in the past year. So my next question for you is that from our college to an IIT, what were the changes in terms of the resources or the labs or even the faculty or the professors? We would like to know much more about that.
Yeah, uh, in the point, like in the context of resources, you will get whatever you want in IIT. Like that is the first thing my guide told me when I came here. You just name it, you'll get it. Like whatever architecture, like
Whatever.
whatever GPUs you want, whatever like whatever resources you want, they'll provide. You just have to do good research, do good work, do good projects, and that's it. Like even with I'll say in the context of knowledge and professors as well, you name kind of professor you will get. Like here in IIT Hyderabad, I have come across uh, few professors. They are like in top 2% researcher all over the world, and I have attended their courses, and I'll be very honored to say that they know me personally. So yeah, that's the thing you can say. Like research is like really great, and resources you will get like any kind of resource you want, you will get.
We just need to name it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so let's go a bit to the chill side. Tell us about the nightlife in IIT. I'd like to know more about.
Nightlife in IIT is like I'll say I have enjoyed and like the nightlife I have enjoyed till now, like till coming here, is just 1 or 2 days nightlife in IIT Hyderabad that
What?
I have enjoyed. So in IIT Hyderabad, like you'll say, like there is no difference between night and day in IIT Hyderabad, or maybe this will be the case in other IITs as well. But I'll be more specific about IIT Hyderabad as I am staying here and looking into the things. So yeah, you'll see a lot of people roaming around in the canteen, or maybe like uh, they are roaming around, they are chit chatting with friends. Then there will be jamming sessions. Some people will play some games in hostels and all. And yeah, as I told, at on every Saturday, Sunday, you'll be having some events. So the DJ nights will be there. Even recently, Kawali night was there.
Yes. So my next question for you is that when a student enters an IIT from the admission to settling down in an IIT, What all complications or surprises does he face, and how can he prepare for it beforehand?
Surprises, like there won't be much surprises. Like in my case, there was not much surprises, but I'll say academically, you have to be a strong. Then mentally, you have to be have to be strong. That's it. Like there won't be much surprises. Like if you are ready for it, ready for
Hmm.
anything, uh, in like you'll get some good surprises in some events and all. But yeah,
Hmm.
like you'll get enjoy, like you'll get such surprises which you'll enjoy. You'll not get pressurized by any of the surprise, for sure.
Okay, that's a good thing to hear. So, my next question for you is that many students have a lot of expectations from IIT beforehand before having any knowledge about it. So, what are things one must expect from IIT and what must one must not expect from an IIT?
Okay, so first of all, everyone thinks that if you're going to IIT, then you'll get 3-4 crore package or maybe something like that. Like, uh, maybe some parents expect that, but like that, one or two people get those packages. But yeah, definitely you'll get really good knowledge. You should expect something, that some good knowledge, some good maybe research, or maybe some good projects on your name. uh, I'll say you have to expect good knowledge only, and you should not expect about the outcome, or you should not think about the outcome. You should work for it and get it done.
Okay. So, my next question for you is, I think it's a very bold question to ask is, but what are the qualities of an IIT? How would you define an IIT?
I can't actually define, or I can't really answer the question, but I'll try to answer. Uh, like the qualities of IIT, and I'll say knowledge. Like the knowledge they have is really good. Then you can say, like I have seen a lot of everyone have seen a lot of IITians in very different fields, or maybe doing really great startups. So you can say, like that is a part of knowledge only, but thinking abilities, then good IQ maybe. Yeah, I can think of these qualities only.
Okay. So, my next question for you is that what is the difference in mentality between a normal student and an IITian? Since you have seen both of them.
Okay. You're asking really difficult questions now, but yeah, I'll try to answer. Uh, uh, so, like a normal student, basically, I have seen, like they are not running behind the knowledge. They just want to like get it done, get the degree, do some work, get some money and all. But here I have seen a lot of people, like even after the placement, they are enrolling in such courses from which they'll get some benefit or get some knowledge. This is the one like thing I have seen in a lot of people. Even I have seen some, like some of my seniors earlier, like they were not placed earlier, but they were enjoying, they were having fun, even they were taking some courses. So I just asked them, like, why, like bhaiya, why are you like, how can you be so chill, like coming from a tier 3 college? I If I would have been in that case, then I'll be really worried. But like they said, like I have enough knowledge, I can get a job for sure. Like it is in my hand now, how I will perform. But yeah, so that is one, like that is the answer for your previous question as well. This kind of mentality uh, I have seen in like a lot of people in IIT.
It was not an answer I expected, but thank you. So, My next question is that while doing your course in an IIT, there are multiple things that comes in your hand. First would be your academics, second would be your project or research, that is personal projects, and third would be any extracurricular works or anything that you must know of it. So what should be one's priority in this case?
Yeah, I have seen like in IITs there are a lot of extracurricular activities going on. It depends on you. Like I have seen a lot of MTech people also going for extracurricular activities, but uh, many of them choose like career. Like you just have 2 to 3 years of time and you have to build a good career. You are like it is your second chance to get like build a good career. So in my opinion, like you have seen me doing a lot of extracurricular in my BTech, but
Yes.
currently I'm not interested in that. Like I'm just working on my, what you can say, career. I have seen a lot of people doing that as well. But yeah, if you are really interested in doing like some extracurricular activities, or maybe like if you have any idea to build, then you can definitely do that in IIT. They will support you. There are a lot of clubs, and there are a lot of people who will support you. But it's your choice what you have to do.
Hmm. Okay. So my next question for you is that you mentioned that IITians are very much knowledgeable. So does is this only because of their intellect or their mental capacity, or is it that the hard work is it that the hard work define them more than their intellect?
Yeah, they hard work as well. Like the IITians, I am seeing like the guys who cleared J advanced, they have really great IQ. And like so if they do hard work, then they, like we have seen achieving them next level everywhere. But yeah, I'll say the hard work defines you a lot. So if you're doing hard work, even like I'll say, if you'll get such resources, such knowledge in some of the like tier 3 colleges, then also we are not ready to grasp that or do some hard work and do all these things. So it is, you can say, environment in IIT, or maybe like everyone is doing that. So like that is the case. So I'll say environment, hard work, and IQ, all things in combination work for you. If anyone, like if any of these three things, you are not working on any of these three things, then you'll not get what you are expecting.
Okay, so this is a question that I had in mind for a long time. Like if a normal student, suppose me for example, what habits must I catch on to be as skillful as or as good as an IITian?
Mm,
What
you
habits
have
catch on?
what? Pardon?
What habits must I catch on to be as good as an IIT?
Yeah. So first of all, hard work. Then you should look, like one should look for knowledge. Like then you have to like be focused. Like here there are a lot of people who will say, who will guide you, who will tell you that you should do this, you should not do this, you work on this. But in our cases, like in tier 3 colleges, like like your seniors also, like very few seniors know what to do in life, or how one should get good things done. But here, like everyone, like even some, I am learning from like some of the juniors as well. They, like everyone's thoughts are different, everyone's thoughts are creative. So that is the thing, like you'll get you are surrounded by like intelligent people, so you'll be like, you'll try to be like them. So that is one thing. So like, you should create surrounding like that, will help you to grow in your life. So that is the one thing, whether you are an IITian or non-IITian, but you should have such surrounding.
So I had a question in mind. At the end of your course or at the end of any course in IIT, what would you expect of yourself? Like, how much would you have seen yourself grown?
Knowledge wise, I'll say even now I have gained a lot of knowledge that I could have never imagined. But yeah, I'll say I have already said this thing, like one should expect like as much as knowledge they can gain. That's the thing. Like all other things are the byproduct of it. You should think about innovation. You should think about some good research and all.
Okay. So my next question for you is that uh, what kind of projects and research does an IITian do? Could you like it related to the fields or the technology, that stuff?
Yeah, like I'll say every kind of projects are, we are like IITians, like IIT Hyderabad people are working, like even autonomous vehicle is like, there is one autonomous vehicle which travels from main gate to hostel circle daily for for 2 to 3 trips. So there is no driver, so they are developing that vehicle. There is one like spatial, what you can say, track they have built for testing those things. Then I have seen a lot of people uh, testing drones and all in the night. Then like in our domain, like they in CSE department, I have seen a lot of people working on different kind of projects like that. Like some of the projects that I came across are like uh, that I have never imagined. Like these things really exist in the world. I have never thought of something like that. So some projects are like that also. I have seen every kind of project here.
Okay, so like in most of the cases, like in the tier two or tier three colleges, what students usually do is that they'll just go to YouTube, search in that give me this project and kind of like label your name onto it. So how can a student like me from a tier three or tier two college avoid that and work on projects like an IIT would?
For that, I'll say, uh, if you are doing some course, let's suppose you are doing cloud computing, or maybe what are the courses like machine learning and all. So if you are learning something in those courses, you should try to implement that. Like in our SPPU syllabus, I have seen this thing, like there are a lot of really good uh, things that they taught us, but we are not able to like work on that. So we can do that thing as well. Like we should do develop some projects with the help of knowledge that we are gaining from uh, like the textbooks. But I have seen this thing, like in tier 3 colleges we basically study only for exams. That is the case only because there is no weightage for, what you can say, all other different things that can be done in courses. So maybe that's why we are not able to match the mentality of like these techie peoples. But yeah, we can do that instead of going on YouTube or maybe on Google nowadays, on ChatGPT, or
Yes.
maybe any LLM. You go and type, give me this what you can say, give me this project. Other than like, you can use these tools as, what you can say, a catalyst to, or maybe to gain a knowledge. only.
Okay.
And like if you have any doubts, then you should definitely ask on these platforms, or maybe you can search anywhere. I think
Okay.
I have answered your question.
Yes. So what I got from that is that stuffs like Google or ChatGPT or any other what we can say sources should be used as a tool instead of repository from where we could just extract something. Like it should not be what we can say the base for our innovation. Like it would not give us any innovation in that case. So our mind should be more focused on creating new things out of what we already have on these sources, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my next question to you is quite related to it, that how and where to showcase your work. Like even in our tier 2 or tier 3 college, we have seen students who have done spectacular works in research or many fields with what they have.
Hmm.
So how to showcase that? Like not specifically on LinkedIn or anything, but to a much broader audience, I'd say.
Yeah, like there are a lot of conferences going on. Like there are a lot of meetups that happens for like different kind of communities. In I when I say communities, I am saying the communities about like machine learning community or development community or things. So we should try to attend them. Like we should try to attend more conferences. Like we can like come across a lot of people who are working in industry, or maybe who are doing some great research, so we can discuss with them what we are doing. Even if we are doing really small work, like small project, you should discuss with them. You will get some knowledge what can be done, and you'll also get some good opportunities, you can say. So I think we should try to attend such meetups and conferences if possible.
Yeah, I guess I had like we discussed this previously that came across an articles which was labeled, I guess, that junior developers can't code. Now that is a very strong statement, given that you are in IIT and you have read that article. What are your views on it, and can you just tell the audience what the article is about?
Yeah, the view, I am like really in support with the views of the authors. Like they are saying these tools like LLM tools like ChatGPT, Claude, they are giving really good code, and you just don't have to think a lot about it. But you are lacking in knowledge because of
Yes.
these kind of tools. So as we have discussed earlier as well, you should use these tools as resource, as a tool, or as a catalyst to your work, but you should not totally rely on that,
Hmm.
because you can't say like it will give like expected output in every single case. So we should look for that as well. But yeah, you can use those tools to learn something new. Let's suppose like there are a lot of things, still a lot of things that are not widely available across all the platforms. About my first year in like BTech first year, if I want to learn something, then I will go to Google, like Google or YouTube. I'll search for something like let's suppose machine learning. I'll go and search for machine learning, and I'll try to consume content from all these available sites. But nowadays it is really easy. Like you can go to any of these tools, and you can like you can use these tools to gain knowledge, but you should not blindly rely on that. You should try to write your own codes. Or like you cannot replace a human in the loop, so
Okay.
you should be that human in the loop so that no one can replace you. That is my opinion.
Okay. So instead of just blindly copying the code or blindly relying on these LLMs and AI models, one must, what we can say, put more stress on our brain to kind of
Yeah,
think.
even you can use these tools for developing some projects directly, but the
Hmm.
idea should be clear in your mind. Like if you have really good creative idea, then you can directly go and take some code and anything. In those cases, like it is okay, but if you are given some task to do and you can directly going there and you are searching for it, then it is not a good option or good idea, I'll say.
Okay. So recently in our college itself, there was a hackathon a few days ago. So I have seen it there that many of the teams they just simply gave in their instructions to the code, instructions to an LLM model, and they just gave them the whole what we can say website or even an application which could do work which would take let's say a month for one to code if he was not relying on any of this AI stuff. So given such an advancement, what kind of projects one must work on, what kind of mentality one must have while pursuing this kind of projects and stuff.
Yeah, like you should have some creative, like really great creative ideas. You can also take some idea, like if you have like 1 or 2% of the idea, you can ask these tools like what can be done, and you can work on that. And I guess that's enough. Like you should start working. Like I have seen these thing, like a lot of startups are doing this thing only. Like they are taking idea from from somewhere, and they are just telling these tools to give something like some deliverables and all. So you can do work like that as well, but like there is some, I think there is some limitation in that cases. Like you have to like think about every single possibility. Like any LLM can't do that. Like uh, the kind of thinking a human have, it like any of these machine learning tools can't depict that.
Okay. My next question for you is that like I'll give you my own example. Like under this startup, first we were working on a project, let's say a project A, but since 2025 started, there are we came across suppose five particular applications which were exactly what we were planning to do. So we had to switch to another what we can say project or a product. So the work that we did basically turned out to be irrelevant. So how can we avoid that in this such times?
I'll say like the word that you use, like irrelevant, it won't be irrelevant in anywhere, but yeah, you can say it is outdated or maybe something like that. But yeah, we cannot avoid that thing. Like even you can see like few months ago, no one would have thought that DeepSeek will come and OpenAI and all these like will everything will change. Like
Yes.
you can like in like nowadays there are a lot of research going in this field. So every day something new is coming. That's why you cannot say like this, I should not do this, I should not do that. But I will say you should start doing something. Like after some failures only you will get some good results. No, like there are really less people who get like what you can say success in their first attempt. So and actually I think I'm not a good person to answer this question. So yeah.
Thanks for your honesty. So my next question for you is that I am studying AI as a subject because it's my interest, and I'd call it a recent fad about the LLMs, right? Even if I were to work on an LLM project, at the most what I could do is that given with my resources that I could not build a model of myself, but maybe I could fine tune it on it or kind of modify it for a very specific application. So, is there something that I can do beyond that, or should I, or should one just kind of, what we can say, look for something new in the field of AI?
Yeah, like you can do something like there is there is scope for innovation.
Okay,
So if you have some good ideas, like something can be integrated with AI, so you can work with on that, or maybe, or what you can say, if you have idea about like how these LLMs, like you see like the idea of DeepSeek, like earlier models, what they were doing, they were doing some supervised learning and then unsupervised learning or reinforcement learning depending upon the model. But these DeepSeek people came with the idea of directly implementing reinforcement learning. So that is a kind of innovative idea they came with. So there is always a scope for innovation, I'd say.
okay. So, in this next section, we will be viewing all about the placement opportunities and the research opportunities and the projects that one could do in an IIT. So, my first question for you is that given that you have seen IITians yourself, what do most of the IITians go for after their course is completed? Like, would they go for a job, or would they go for a job, or do most research in one field, or just go for higher studies even after post graduation?
Yeah, it depends like on the individual, I can say. I have seen a lot of people going for like going for PhD after masters, but I have seen like almost 90% people go for placements.
Okay,
Like those who are coming for MTech, or maybe all the BTech people are also focusing on placements. Also, there are very less people who are focusing on higher studies, but yeah, like uh, these people who are going for placement also, they are like they are getting in some roles that involve some research maybe, or maybe some innovation and all.
okay. So my next question for you is purely placement related. Like in most of the tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, that there's a TPO or a training and placement office, which basically calls for the companies for them to hire the students. Is this the case in IIT, or is it different in IIT? Because from my experience that I have seen in many of the universities abroad, such is not the case. One must look for a company himself.
Yeah,
So,
like
IIT,
yeah, I have heard about this, like that you said, like in in if you consider in abroad, like you have to go to off campus, like there is no scene like on campus. But in IITs, there are like companies came on campus, but here is no TPO or maybe placement. Like there are some placement coordinators; those are students only. So they approach to the company, they call, like they schedule call for companies, and those companies like are willing, like if the company is willing to hire, then there is next procedure. But yeah, there is no involvement from, like you can say, professors or such people. All the things are carried out by students only.
so my next question for you is that are the on-campus drives really that course specific, or are they flexible for all the other courses? Like for a student who has been pursuing AI, can he do a job in suppose cloud computing or DevOps? Like does IIT provide that kind of flexibility?
Yeah, like it depends on company actually, but a lot of companies are flexible. Like if you are in core branches also, you will be able to sit for the placement in like software industry, or like you said, like if you want to work in cloud, if you have some background or you have done something, or you just have the knowledge about those things, you can definitely sit for those kind of companies.
Okay, so my next question for you will be really specific. like what many of the students from a tier 2 or tier 3 college do in case of placements is that they will really opt for a very menial job, like suppose a software developers, where they will be doing jobs like that won't give them that much of a knowledge per se. But what would a job profile an IITian look for?
Uh, it also depends on individual, but mostly like in software, there will be a software development engineer, or maybe like depends, cloud engineer, machine learning engineer. A lot of different kind of profiles are there, but yeah, the profile name will be similar, but the work it involves might be different. Like I don't have that much experience about these things, so I'll not be able to answer it properly, but the job roles are similar.
But can we say that the quality of a work that we do
Yeah,
differ?
yeah, it definitely will be different.
Okay. So my next question for you is that we mentioned we talked about PhD in a few questions back, right? So is PhD really that much helpful? Like even after your masters, you suppose invest 5 to 6 years on a PhD in worst cases or normal cases as such. So is that really worth it?
It is, like, in my opinion, it is like if you want to like have some knowledge and want, if you have some research idea and you want to work on it, then definitely it is worth it. And if you want to be like, if your career, like if you want to develop your career in like teaching profile, and if you want to like be a professor in great institutes like these like IITs and all, then you should, like you must do PhD in my opinion.
Okay. So what is the difference between an IITian who got a package of suppose 15 lakh and one who got a package of 60 lakhs? Like, what is the difference? What kind of different things that they do in the same course per se?
Like the knowledge is the main thing, and actually the placement scenario depends upon like the luck as well. Like like in very rare cases, but sometimes happens like interviewer asks some easy questions to some people and some difficult question to other, or maybe some like if we both are sitting in some for one company, the interviewer might ask same question, but those questions will be easier for you, like you should have like you would have done some work in that domain, then it will be easier for you and it will be difficult for me. So in those cases it will be like that difference will be there. But if even if like I have seen a thing like one of my senior, maybe not senior, like not immediate senior, but a senior who got less package, like not really less, but yeah, for him it was less, like for the knowledge that he has it was less. So like after like seeing his knowledge, the company itself given him a good like package, the same company itself. So I have seen that thing as well.
So the main differentiating factor would be the knowledge ads.
Knowledge,
Is
yeah.
that what you're saying? Yes. So my
Knowledge
next
and
question.
like communication as well. Like
Okay, how well one can articulate his knowledge
yeah,
to the in front of the HRs and all those stuff.
yeah.
Okay, so my next question for you is that there are many misleading articles or even statistics related to IITs that the placements have dropped significantly. Is that really because of the market conditions or are there other factors as well?
I think because of market conditions and this evolvement of AI, like like everyone is in the position of wait and watch. Like every company is waiting, like what can one do with the help of AI? Like can we reduce the manpower and do the same work and all? Maybe because of that, I think. But yeah, if you have, like earlier also we have discussed this, if you have knowledge, then no one can beat you. So that
Okay.
is the thing.
Okay, my next question for you is that like many companies in IIT provide students with the funds for their projects or their research. So can you tell us more about the relation between an IIT and the company?
Yeah, like there are a lot of like companies who give funding to IIT, or maybe some good institutes to do research. Like they have some ideas, but they don't have such manpower or maybe time to get involved with those kind of research. So they give, like they appoint some students, or maybe they give some funding to some of the institutes, and they want their work get done by them. And the students are also get good opportunities to work with industry, to interact with industry and all. So that is one thing. So because of these things also, we can see that the standards of IIT are there.
Yes. Uh, my next question for you is that like we have ended the session in placements and research opportunities. So let's shift to the next section. So like this is a very what we can say stomach aching problem that what if I don't get in an IIT? Like most of the students who will be giving GATE won't be getting into IIT, and that's the reality, and we need to accept it. So, what kind of things what we can do? What kind of things can we do as a backup to kind
Yeah.
of avoid that?
Uh, I'll say, I'll say, like, I have seen a lot of students going to some other institutes as well. Like, some of the NITs, top NITs are also really good. Some triple ITs are also doing really good job. So, a few people choose them also. So, you like one should consider all these opportunities as well. Then, like I have seen a lot of people repeating for these kind of competitive exams like GATE and all. Like that is also option, but I'll say if you are able to get some job, and then like you can gain some knowledge and you can again come back, then also you can create some impact. So there are a lot of opportunities. Even like I have actually read this article on some social media. Like even some people like created this, like I read this success story somewhere. Like one was like really wanted to get in IIT even after 12th, and even after graduation, but he was not able to, but he created really good startup. I actually don't remember the name, but if I'll come across that, I'll share it with you.
Okay,
So
sure.
there are like different, like it is not the end actually. Like there are a lot of opportunities you can explore and lot of things that you can do.
So it's not like that if I don't get in an IIT or NIT, it's the end and I'll need to find a job immediately. There are many more opportunities that one can look for. Yes, okay. So we are almost at the end of our podcast. These are some of the questions that I think should be answered. So, what will you tell someone who is afraid of GATE examination or post-graduation in general?
If like someone really want to pursue post graduation, then they should face they should have to face this exam. And like everyone, like every get aspirant, or every single aspirant who is giving any competitive exam, will have this kind of fear. But you should have you should give more and more mock test, or maybe you should do more practice of questions, or whatever, like you should face the same scenarios that you will be facing in these kind of exams. Then you will definitely overcome this issue.
Okay. So next question is that what to do in the last 2 or 3 months before exam? And
I think uh,
like most of the students, what they do is that they give their uh, what we can say mock test per se, and kind of get what we can say distracted because of the score that they're getting. So please tell us about that as well.
yeah, I think one should complete their syllabus before 2 to 3 months. This is the, what you can say, mistake every aspirant do is, like till the last moment they are like trying to complete the syllabus. But this is not the good option. Like even I have done this mistake, like not fully, but partially. I was doing some coursework and also giving mock test. And yeah, in the mock test, as you said, like initially you'll not get good scores, but you have to rectify your mistakes, and you have to work on them, how you should, like in and you why you should give these kind of mock test is, will be able to understand what kind of silly mistakes or what kind of mistakes you are doing, and you can work on them to like tackle these kind of uh, mistakes. And to these mock tests will also will definitely help you to get good scores. So one should give as many mock tests as possible. But yeah, not on, like not just giving mock test will help. You have to analyze them properly, what kind of mistakes you are doing. Then again, you should not do similar mistakes. So by like this iterative process, you'll definitely overcome this fear as well, and you'll definitely get some good score.
Okay, so what mm, in most of the cases, many students give the GATE examination in the third year of their BTech and also in the fourth year of their BTech. What would be the tips that you would give to the third year students and the fourth year students?
For the fourth year students, like mostly it will be like they'll consider it as a last chance. So I don't think I have to give a lot of tips to them. Like they know very well what to do. But in third year, in my opinion, like one should try to complete half of the syllabus and try to get some good score. I have seen a lot of top rankers who are currently in their third year. So like it is not really difficult to crack gate in third year. But yeah, like there are a lot of works, like students are involved in a lot of extracurricular or co-curricular activities. So they should also consider that. And I think like you have also seen this thing, like I am kind of person, I'll say you should enjoy every part. So I'll say you should enjoy and uh, move ahead, like in your career. So do not take stress, like enjoy the study, enjoy the process, enjoy everything coming in the path. That's it, I guess.
So the time that this podcast will be posted, the GATE results will already be out. So what would be your message to the students who have got a good score and those who couldn't do that good?
Yeah, like everyone is getting like what they deserve. Sometimes it is the case, like maybe because of some silly mistakes, or maybe that day was not their day, they're not able to get what they have expected. But don't think much about that. Like now just think about what you can get, and what you can achieve, and what can be done about with these scores. And if anyone wants any help also, then they can contact me, like if they have
Can
any
you
doubt.
provide your contact details to them? I think.
Okay, you can.
Okay.
Then we can discuss, like it also depends on the individual na, like if someone have prepared for only 2 months and they are getting like a decent score also, then what they should prefer. And if someone have worked hard for entire year and because of that day was not their day, uh, because of that they'll not be getting the desired result, that is a different case. So it also depends on case to case.
Yes. Okay. So here's my last question for you. So, mm, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years now that you have gained much more clarity in an IIT?
I don't know actually. I'll say I'll be uh, giving some knowledge to others and getting some knowledge from the universe. And yeah, I'll be working in some good company, or maybe doing something by my own. I don't know. I hope I'll do something good, but I really don't know. But yeah, I'll try my best to be a good person for myself, for my family, for everyone, I'll say.
Okay. So, yeah, that's the end of the podcast. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for your time and your very valuable experience and your knowledge and sharing it with us. I hope that it was a great experience for you as well.
It was really great experience. It was my first podcast, so uh, I
Mine
am
as well.
I have not given like justice to your podcast, but I hope somewhat of justice can be provided by this.
Yeah, I think that the audience will manage it themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Thank you once again.